Sure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 302 Sports presentation of Delaware High School basketball. Tonight we've got an age-old classic coming at you. St. Mark's and Sally's are going to go at each other here at St. Mark's. This year we have Sally's coming in at 6-4, and St. Mark's at 6-2. Sally's won their last ball game against Flint Hill. And St. Mark's, they fell in their last ball game to St. Elizabeth's, 48-35. They're going to be meeting here tonight. I'm Pat O'Donnell, and I'm here with my broadcast partner, Pat Gary Andes. Pat, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, Pat. I mean, you can't get much better than Sally St. Mark's, no matter what sport it is. The atmosphere is always electric, and I can't wait to watch this one.
St. Mark's and Sally's. This is a long tradition, dates all the way back to 1969-70 season when they played just with freshman teams. Just with freshman teams, the St. Mark's grew each year. They played JV the next year, and then St. Mark's played with juniors. Juniors played a varsity season the following year, and then my freshman year, 73-74. That's when we first they played a full 4 years of varsity ball against the Sal's. In fact, that year we actually met. Sally's and St. Mark's met in the basketball consolation game. We both made it to the semifinals where we were both beaten, and they had back then was called a consolation game. They don't have it anymore. But St. Mark's actually won that consolation game 45-44, Pat. How about that?
That is impressive, Pat. That's why I like broadcasting with you. You come up here, you give me a history lesson every time.
And let me tell you something else, Pat. Guess who was the point guard of that team that beat Sally's 45-44?
Michael Jordan. No,
no, not Michael Jordan. I'll tell you who he is right now. He's the point guard of our state right now. That would be Governor John Carney.
Well, there you have it.
He was the guy who led St. Mark's to the victory that night, and in fact, that's our tiebreaker because now Sally's now has 2 championships thanks to Dante DiVincenzo winning 2 with state championships with Sally's. Before that, we just St. Mark's, we had bragging rights because of we had one in '89 and also in '96 with Lee Sibley and John Gordon, Alex Carlson making that great 3-point shot at the end of I think it was overtime to beat Newark by 1 point. It was or 2 points. It was great. So that's our tiebreaker. I wanted to bring that bit of history up. But this year the Spartans, we were at the game with St. Elizabeth. They lost 48-35. Most of the scoring coming from Chris Ludman.
Yes, I mean, you look at the St. Mark's Spartans. By the way, with the stats we're about to give out, we'd like to give a shout-out to Jason Winchell for providing them with us. He's been to both teams' all games this season, so these are up-to-date statistics.
Jason is a stats whiz. Thank you very much, Jason.
Yeah, St. Mark's are averaging 45 points per game. They're giving up only 36.6 points per game. They're shooting 61% from the foul line, 54% for the opponents from the foul line. And like you talked about, their top scorer, Chris Ludman, without a doubt, 8 games. He's averaging just under, 1 tick under 19 points per game, shooting nearly 78% from the field. He is their team. It goes right through him. It goes right through Chris Ludman.
I think Chris's greatest advantage, and we were talking a little bit about the other night, but he really has the ability to get inside position. When he's driving to the hoop, the main thing that he wants to do is to get the defensive player on his back where he thinks the defensive player, well, he's correct, has a disadvantage. And that's what he's so good. Once he gets that defensive position or the offensive position in front of the defensive player, that's when he can twist and turn and make all those moves to the basket. And I think that's part of his secret as far as going to the hoop. That's what he always battles for. And he's definitely, the Spartans' best offensive player.
Yeah, he's a sneaky athlete. I said it at the St. Elizabeth game. I'll say it again. He's a sneaky athlete. He's not the kind of guy you're not going to look at and be like, oh, that kid, he's a basketball player. No,
Right.
he comes out here and he plays a smart game. He's got a high basketball IQ. And like you talked about, it's a positioning game. He uses his smarts to get the positions on the floor to allow him to be able to average as high of a total as 19 points per game. You can't do that unless you're a smart basketball player, and he definitely fits that mold.
And the second highest score, St. Mark's, would be
A couple ticks points per game. Billy Sullivan, like I said at the St. Elizabeth game, I'll say it again for you new watchers. He's a true point guard. He's a quarterback of the football team, and he brings that over into onto the basketball court and just runs the show. Right? He doesn't turn the ball over much. He plays under control, and when he has a chance, he can beat you. I mean, he averages about 10 points a game. It's not like he can't score. He can fill it up when he can. He can fill it up when he can.
Billy Sullivan, a great kid who I've known since he was in the fourth grade. I've watched Billy play, and he's grown as a total athlete. Last year, winning the baseball championship as a pitcher. As you just mentioned, he's a quarterback of the football team. And they do get a little bit of support also from Zach Palmer, averaging 3.2, and Brian Gallardi, averaging 2.8. Those are the guys right now that you would hope to step up and surpass their averages tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The big thing with St. Mark's is their defense. That's what they pride themselves on. We talked about it at the St. Elizabeth game. We're going to talk about it again. They want to hold you to a low total so that they don't have to rely as much on their scoring. They know that that's the one thing on their roster that might not be above average for the state of Delaware, so they try to hold you on defense so they can win a game that's low scoring. That's the way they do it, and it's a defense that they look to take charges. They look to do all the little things to give themselves as many possessions as possible.
That's what St. Mark's has always done. It's been our tradition to take charges, play hard defense, ever since Tom Rosa. Tom Rosa took over the coaching here and then handed it off to Lee Sibley eventually, I guess. And, of course, we've got
Nick Sana's the
Nick
current
Sana
head
there
coach,
this year now. So St. Mark's is a very we have to break the big news, I guess, because Sally's will not be will be without the services of Tariq Ingram for academic reasons. So we will not see him tonight, and I guess for the rest of the season, unless he can somehow become academically eligible.
That's a perfect segue, Pat. I was just about to talk about Sally's. They come into this game with 6-4 record, averaging just under 54 points per game, and defensively they do a pretty good job. They're holding their opponents to just over 51 a game, so they play close games, similar to St. Mark's in a way. They're shooting just a team from the free throw line. Their top four scores, you talked about Ingram. It's a shame that he's not here to play. He's their main scorer. He's averaging 14.9 points per game and shooting a pretty good free throw percentage for a big man at around 77%. The guys that are going to have to step up are their two brothers, Paul Brown and Jack Brown. They're both averaging, Jack's averaging 8, Paul Brown's averaging 8.8, just under 9. They're going to be the guys that are going to try to take the load for this offense. And then you look at senior Michael Kemsky, averaging 7.7 points per game. He can also get the job done as a point guard. It's going to be interesting to see who the Sals rely on to step up now that their top scorer is not playing.
Well, in their against Flint Hill, where they played at the Concord Classic, Paul Brown contributed 13 points. Jack Brown had 12 points. Mike Kemsky did not play in that game because he was out with a concussion. So the Browns did step up in that, and they're going to have to step up tonight against the St. Mark Spartans.
Yeah, just looking at it, the Salesianum's got the height advantage. And when you talk about the Brown brothers, both is 6'5". Paul might be a little taller. He might be about 6'6". They have the height advantage over anybody that the Spartans are going to put on the floor tonight. That's something that they're going to look to take advantage of. Knowing Coach Haley, he's going to try to find the mismatches to take advantage of in this age-old rivalry. It's going to be a good one. I'm really
from someplace other than Ingram now. The one game where he had 24 points in the fourth quarter against Malvern Prep, that type of option is not going to be there anymore. So the Brown brothers, also other players that, for example, when Kemsky was out against Flint Hill, and Bagley started at the point, and Cohill is who came in at the end. And Cohill was the guy that the Coach Haley went with at the end of the game, fourth quarter, and he did very well. He was fouled. He made his 4 out of 6 foul shots, but the 2 that he missed were meaningless at the very end. He made his first 2 one-on-ones. So there are guys that will step up on Sally's, is what I'm saying. Cohill stepped up. Thought Bagley stepped up in the absence of Kemsky, and now in the absence of Ingram, we'll have to have somebody else step up here to provide some offense and as well as more rebounding, because Tariq was a terror on the boards. So they have a lot to make up for when they're missing the big man.
And the Sals, they're a fairly young team, only 3 seniors on their roster. This is a good test for them. See if some of these young guys, young is in varsity experience, young, can step up and find a way to continue the success that they've had this season. I think we're going to step aside here for a little bit. We're going to listen to the starting lineups as well as the national anthem, and we will be back soon talking back to you people. So just stick along.
We'll be right back, folks.
Listen into the field mic here. Turn it up, yeah.
Hey, do you know is the freshman team practicing tomorrow? Is the freshman team practicing tomorrow?
Now, let's meet the starting lineup this evening for Salesianum. Senior guard, number 2, Jared Nowak. Senior guard, number 15, Duncan Terratola. Sophomore guard, number 10, Jack Brown. Junior guard, number 24, Paul Brown. Senior guard, number 31, Michael Kensky. Salesianum is coached by Mr. Brandon Haley. He is assisted by Gary Hager, Father Chris Loretta, Mark Green, Jerry Lambo, Mike Benson, Dan Stroud, and Jamie Igo. And now, the starting lineup for the St. Mark Spartans. Senior guard, number 10, Captain Billy Sullivan. Senior guard, number 14, Zach Palmer. Junior guard, number 15, Nick Leslie. Senior guard, number 20, Captain Hoffman. St. Mark's is coached by Mr. Rick Santa. He's assisted by Bill Harmon, John Fierro, Sean Locke, Will Reed, Guy Townsend, Jake Burleson, Zach Epstein, and Paul DiStefano. Officials for tonight's games are Ronnie Abrams, Ira Watley, and Diane Smith. Would everyone please rise as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Well, folks, you can hear the crowd. We've got a very large crowd here out tonight at St. Mark's. Pat, most of the bleachers are filled on the one side. Over here, we've got pretty much filled up over here. Large student section. Of course, it's hard to fill this place up. You've got 2,600 people. So even though if you get 1,100 in here, it looks like it makes it look smaller than it actually is.
I was just going to say that, Pat. I mean, this is one venue that can hold this kind of a game, this kind of a rivalry. I really can't wait to feel this atmosphere once again. I've always come to the Sally's St. Mark's games. Even I was a student at Sally's for my freshman year, but even when I went to St. Elizabeth, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I always had to come to this game because just that whole atmosphere is just a great high school sports atmosphere.
Now we've got Paul Brown who's going to be jumping up. Joseph Nowak is going to be in the lineup in place of Ingram. They go with Kemsky.
Joe Nowak is a guy to watch here. I had the privilege of coaching him in grade school in his 7th grade year. He's just a headsy basketball player. He's one of those typical Sally's kind of basketball player.
Able to come down with I think Sullivan stepped on the line off of the tip after Chris Ludman put it out there. Also number 10, Jack Brown will be out there. And number 4, Justin Triatola for Sally's. For St. Mark's, we've got Chris Ludman, number 20, Billy Sullivan, number 10, William Huffman, number 21, number 15, Nick Lesky, and number 14, Zach Palmer. Now that's Kemsky. Gives it down to Paul Brown. Brown underneath, trying to make his spin.
St. Mark's.
Huffman is called for the foul.
St. Mark's going to start in their pack line man-to-man defense. At home, it might look like a zone, but it's not. It's a man.
Brings it in all the way back to Kemsky. Kemsky controls. That's Triatola. Down to Brown. Brown's going to try to make a move. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. I believe we're going to get Jack Brown over the back, number 10. Yes.
Yes, they are.
2 team fouls now on Sally's.
You can see Sally's strategy right away going into Paul Brown, and he's looking to make an aggressive move to the basket. I expect to see a lot of that in this game, of course, with the absence of Ingram.
Nick Lesky with the ball. Gives it off to Chris Ludman. He'll handle it out front. Ludman makes the drive. Bounces off his foot. Goes to Sally's. 7:16 to go here. Just 46 seconds going here in the first quarter. Teams are getting loose, trying to develop a rhythm. Now it's Sally's ball with Kemsky bringing it up. Kemsky gives it to Jack Brown. Brown being guarded by Billy Sullivan. All the way across to Nowak. There's the baseline drive by Triatola. Kicks it out to Jack Brown. It's short. Rebound. Triatola is able to knock it off of Zach Palmer. Zach pleading with the ref to no avail. Because as you said, even though he was standing out of bounds, it wouldn't matter because he's the last player to touch it.
Correct.
Triatola all the way back to Kemsky. Mike Kemsky goes to Jack Brown.
Nice move.
Makes this.
I'm going to call charge.
Drive, but it's no good. As St. Mark's right there, Chris Ludman takes the charge, gets in the way, gets position. So it's still 0-0. Great job by the Spartans.
Spartan student section loves that, waving the American flag, of course, today on Inauguration Day. They love the charge. They loved it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Chris Ludman with the ball, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Ludman gives it to Billy Sullivan. Sullivan to Palmer. Palmer being guarded by Jack Brown. Lesky gives it to Palmer. Palmer can't get a shot off. Back out. St. Mark's will be patient.
Well, there's been a lot of low-scoring battles between these two schools. It might be another one here. We're going to find out. Both teams very patient. They know every possession
Lesky, though. Lesky. He gets the lid off the basket, making it 2-0 for the Spartans. So the Spartans taking an early lead. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Nice shot by Lesky. Found the opening, and they gave him enough space. He took it.
Triatola, no good. Ball's long. We got a foul called on Lesky. It's going to be the team's first for the Spartans. The Spartans with 1 foul. Sal's with 2 team fouls.
Checking into the game for Salesianum, number 3, Christopher Cohill.
Cohill, as I was saying earlier, did a very fine job in replacing Mike Dean up there at the Concord Classic. Now it's Kemsky with the ball out front. Kemsky being guarded by Ludman. Gets it to Triatola. Triatola clapping for the ball is Nowak. Cohill is trapped.
It's a danger
Stolen
zone.
jump ball called. Zach Palmer with some aggressive defense, getting the ball there for St. Mark's.
St. Mark's wants you to have the ball and stay there in the corner. If you get the ball in the corner, you have to make a decision fast. You either got to drive baseline, look to kick it out, or you got to kick it back up here with the pass to the wing. You can't stand there. They're going to trap you and force you into a turnover every time.
Lesky has the ball out front there for St. Mark's. Gives to Ludman. Ludman to Lesky. Lesky back. No, it's stolen. Tipped away. Paul Brown gets it. Kicks it out to Kemsky. Kemsky brings it down. Kemsky. They jump out on him. That's going to be a foul on Nick Lesky as he around Nick Triatola right there. Good. Not a now there's Triatola. That one's a good. That's a 3. Putting Sally's up 3-2. He's a streaky shooter, Triatola.
Duncan Triatola, one of the 3 seniors on the Salesianum team.
Duncan, if he gets his touch sometimes, he can hit a few in a row. But I would refer to him as a streaky shooter for what I've seen of him over the past 3 years. That's Nick Palmer with the ball. Gives to Billy Sullivan. Sullivan. They try to get down low to Ludman. It's stolen. Quick hands of Kemsky. Kemsky rolls it off as fouled by Palmer. So Michael Kemsky going to go to the line, shoot 2 shots.
It was a nice aggressive move by Kemsky. It all started with the Salesianum defense getting a turnover, and Kemsky pushes it in transition. It goes to the basket nice and strong.
Yeah, they
fade
were very
away.
aggressive. Sally's back there and on Ludman, able to knock that ball loose. We got Kemsky at the foul line. Now, I'll tell you that from looking over his stats against Howard, Sally shot 9 for 23 from the foul line.
Yeah, they're not good numbers, Pat. They are not.
William
they're not gonna
Penn,
get the job
15
done.
for 26. He makes the second one, though, making it 4-2.
Free throws are almost as much mental as it is physical. You can
Very
psych
important.
yourself out of it, even if you're a good foul shooter. You got to think you're going to make them.
To Sullivan. To Palmer.
Checking in
Palmer.
for the Sal's, number 42, Luke Pastori.
Pastori is underneath, number 42. Huffman to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to make the drive. We got a foul called on Sally. It's going to be the team's 3rd.
I like that move by Sullivan going to the basket against the Vikings on Tuesday. St. Mark's kind of they weren't aggressive offensively. Tonight they look to have a little more aggression going to the rim.
There's a dangerous pass as Michael Kemsky steals the ball, comes and puts it in, makes it 6-2. So a timeout on the floor with 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Sally's on top of St. Mark's, 6-2. And we'll be right back
The
after
Hadley
these
Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Score is 6-2. Sally's on top of St. Mark's. St. Mark's bringing the ball up. Billy Sullivan in control of the ball. Spartans need to get their offense kicked in. You see him in the box. Now that's Eric Ludman who just came in. That's the younger Ludman.
Nice
Who passes
play.
over to Palmer, and Zach Palmer hits a 3, making it 6-5. That's the kind of offense the Spartans need.
That's a good play coming out of timeout. Coach Santa set up a nice little set and told the Spartans to calm down, and they get a 3-pointer.
Duncan Triatola to Paul Brown. No good. Rebound, Billy Sullivan. They got brothers Brown and the brothers Ludman. Gilardi. It's good! Brian Gilardi Brian Gillardy.
Yeah,
do it every time. Brian Gillardy makes the three, make it 8-6.
Like I said, Gillardy knocked a few down against the Vikings, and he comes right in and makes me look like I know what I'm talking about. Knocking in the three.
Pastor, they're going to get Pastor for the offensive foul there. He really led with his elbow, and I think that was Billy Sullivan. Was that Billy that took the charge? Was it Ludman?
Young, I like to call him Young Ludman.
Young Lud?
Eric Ludman taking the charge.
Great job by Young Ludman. Making it St. Mark's ball. Billy Sullivan will bring it up. 2:29 here to go in the first quarter. We got an 8-6 lead for the Spartans over the Salis.
Last two possessions, the Spartans have gotten open threes.
Darnell Vaughn just in the game, number 11 for Sally's. Go ahead, Pat.
No, I was just saying they got a few threes his last two possessions. Let's see how Salesianum reacts to it.
The Spartans will work the ball. Billy Sullivan. Sullivan looks for his little jumper. Off 1 foot. Can't quite get it.
That's a good look. He's just got to get balanced before he takes it next time.
I like it. Billy can make acrobatic shots. Duncan. That's Cohill with his little jumper. It's no good. Rebound. Billy Sullivan takes it away. Minute 46 here to go in the first quarter. 8-6. 2-point St. Mark's lead. Give to Eric Ludman. Ludman looking to give it to his big brother.
Nice
It's up and it's good. Ludman to Ludman is the combination to make it 10-6.
Great positioning by Chris Ludman on that, sealing his defender off, and he gave his brother a nice, easy target to get him to, and that's an easy layup.
That's, like I talked to the pregame, he really knows the value of inside position and knows how to get it. We had a travel, I believe, over there.
Called Salesianum. Yeah, it was a traveling violation.
Travel on Sally's, going to St. Mark's with a minute 16. They've got a 4-point lead here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the
minute 16. Will the Spartans take the last shot?
They took a timeout now to a timeout, and they've come out with on an 8-0 run. Let's see. You stay hot on offense, might as well.
I would. That's Palmer out there. Palmer.
We'll see. I think
gives it to
I think
Gillardy.
they'll be aggressive, and then if they don't get something and it gets down to maybe 30 seconds or so, maybe then you'll start to see them pull it out for one. I think they're going to look to be aggressive early in the clock here.
Palmer. They went underneath Ludman, who tries to throw it up, doesn't get fouled. He tried to draw the foul. Cohill comes away with the ball, gives it to Triatola.
Nothing on that, and Kemsky delivers with a three.
That's the three by Michael Kemsky, making it 10-9.
There it is. Look, if you want to beat the Spartans defense, you got to drive baseline fast and look to kick it out up top.
Go.
That's where you're going to beat them at. Now
we'll see the last shot. Ludman in control. He'll probably go with about, there's 10 seconds left now.
About 7, you'll start to see them attack.
Palmer going to try his shot. It's good! Zach Palmer hits for three at the end of the quarter, making it St. Mark's 13 and the Sal's 9. So a 4-point lead here in the first quarter for the St. Mark's Spartans. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It begins the second quarter. Scores 13-9. St. Mark's Spartans leading the Sal's 13-9 by 4 points here beginning. That's the kind of play that I like to see out of Palmer. I saw Palmer shoot a couple games last year, and the couple games I saw him this year, he just wasn't hadn't been able to get the touch that I saw last year. I saw when he hit those 2 threes in that first quarter.
Yeah, the Spartans, those last 2.5 minutes of that opening quarter, they really took control of the game, scoring 11 points. Let's see if Sally's will answer.
Brett Henshey is now in the game. That's a rebound. Jack Brown grabs it underneath, puts it up and in. Henshey's number 15, Brett. He's a junior.
Yeah, Henshey brings a little bit of size to the Sal's lineup. Another taller player on the floor.
Yeah, he's a kid I saw last year on JV, and saw him have some really good games. So he has potential to score. Gallardi. That's going to be a jump ball called. Possession arrow is pointed towards the Spartans.
Should be the Spartans, yeah.
At least that's what the scoreboard says. Yes, and that is correct. It'll be the Spartans' ball underneath. 7:14 to go in the second quarter. Brian Gallardi will be bringing the ball in. Going to throw it all the way back. I believe he's a baseball player as well. You can see that he's got a really nice release on that throw. Gallardi is going to be called for traveling.
Looked like he wanted to throw that lob pass to Sullivan on the back screen, and Salesianum reacted a different way than he expected, and he kind of got caught in between there.
Yeah, somebody moved the opposite way he thought they were going to move.
Yeah.
And so he had to hold on to the ball.
For the Spartans, number 12, Matthew Tynes, and number 21, Billy Hoffman, check back in.
That's Kempsky with the ball out. Kempsky gives it to Henshey.
Loose matchup yet again. That's what I love about these games.
That's Ludman with the ball. Gives it to Tynes. Palmer thinks about it. Gives it back. Tynes to Ludman. Palmer gives it to Hoffman. Tynes. The Spartans are going to be patient. They're going to be patient. And then they're going to throw the ball away as
that was a force,
and
then
get the
another
ball
force.
Back. He gets it back to Billy Sullivan. Sullivan's going to get it out to Ludman.
1-on-4.
But the Sal's did a great job getting back on defense there.
It was a smart move by Ludman. It was 1-on-4 there. That was a nice idea. Just pull it out. And he's going to look to post up. Nothing there.
Here's Palmer. Palmer. Slight block, but he gets his own rebound. He's going to look to pass it to Tynes. Tynes going to put it up and he's fouled. He's going to get 2 shots.
Great pass by Palmer. Great recognition by Tynes. Know where he's at on the floor. Come step up, look for the layup. Step into the line for 2.
Yeah, I like what we've seen out of Palmer tonight and also of the other St. Mark's reserve.
Palmer has stepped up compared to what we saw on Tuesday against St. Elizabeth. He's much more active on both sides of the floor tonight.
On offense and defense. Yeah, and that's Tynes that makes the shot, making it 14-14, all tied up with 5:32 to go here in the first half. Pat said we got a nice close game. St. Mark's and Sally's. Tynes going to try to put Spartans back in the lead. No, it stays tied. Henshey with the rebound, kicks it to Kempsky. Kempsky will get it out to Jack Brown. Brown thinks baseline, then pulls back. Give to his brother Paul. Paul back to Jack. Being guarded by Billy Sullivan. Sullivan looking to take that ball. And she's going to call him for a foul, reaching in.
He didn't need to reach. He reached for the ball there, and it wasn't necessary. Jack Brown did a good job.
I didn't see much contact there. It's right in front of us.
Yeah, Brown did a great job of shielding the defender with his body. There's no need for Billy to reach in there.
That was just his first. With only 5:15 to go, so it's not in any foul trouble. Both teams have 5 team fouls, so each have 1 to give. It's Henshey with the ball, gives it to Paul Brown. Paul Brown back to Kempsky. Kempsky.
Nice play.
And
the bank is open,
the board.
The bank is open on a Friday night for Darnell Vaughn.
Darnell Vaughn, number 11.
Look like
Banks
Joel
a
Embiid.
3-pointer in, making it 17-13. Embiid soft touch on it?
From the bank. He's banked in 3 of them this year for the Sixers. That's what Vaughn looked like on that.
Billy Sullivan now, Spartans trail by 3. Tynes thinks about it. Then he's called for traveling. Apparently he moved his pivot. We're going to see a replacement. Hoffman will come in for, Ludman will come in for Hoffman. Tynes looked a little distressed, like he thought he was going to get replaced right there.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. You never want to be that. Don't worry about it. Just play the game. No need to worry about if you're going to come out or not. Trust me, that gets in your own head. It gets in your. You get
Loose
in your
ball.
own head. It's a bad thing.
Now there's a loose ball that was going to be picked up by Chris Ludman. Eric Ludman had gone for the ball, and they called him, I believe, for a foul. Yeah, that's the 16th foul on St. Mark's. So one more foul, and the Sal's will be going to the line for 1-1. With 4:22 to go here in the first half. We're here in the second quarter. Sally's has a 3-point lead, 17-14. Mike Kempsky controlling the ball for the Sal's out front. That's Jack Brown from 3. It's way short. Rebound. Eventually goes to Billy Sullivan. Sullivan out on the break against Jack Brown. Protects himself
Nice
and
shot.
rolls in. Nice move by Billy Sullivan, protecting the ball with his back, putting it up with his right hand, making the score 17-16 with 3:56 to go here in the first half. Kempsky.
Sally's
To Jack
remaining
Brown.
patient on offense.
Brown makes a spin. Got a foul called. Got a called on Eric Ludman.
Yeah, Paul Brown's going to step to the line for 1-1 now.
That was his first. Ludman's first. The team's 7th. As Pat just said, I believe I had him at 4 out of 6 the other night.
Joe Nowak.
No, I'm sorry. He was 6 for 8 from the line the other night against Flint Hill. He had 6 of his points from the line. This is a 1-on-1 shot, which he misses, and Billy Sullivan gets the rebound. Lesky is going to bring it down. He'll get it to Billy. Back over to Zach Palmer. Palmer to Billy Sullivan. Sullivan looks baseline, can't get it. Now he's in the lane, puts it up with one hand, is tripped, can't get it. Vaughn comes down with the ball for Sally's. Gives to Cohill. Cohill's going to be called for the walk. So it's going to be Spartan ball with 3:17 to go.
I would love to see that play in slow motion. I used to get called for that travel all the time, and I used to think you catch the ball 1, 2, and then you're stepping with that pivot foot again. That's still the same foot. I don't know. It's one of those things I feel like you got to really see that in slow motion to really tell if it's a walk or not.
Yeah, I think what happens is the referee just thinks that they move both feet at the same time. That's kind of what it looked like from here. We don't have a really good view.
Yeah. It's just one of those, I've always wondered about that. It used to drive me crazy when I was playing.
Yeah, you really have to establish that pivot foot. He sees which foot lands first, or she sees which foot lands first and says that's the pivot, and if it moves before the other one, you get the walking call. So Billy Sullivan with the ball out front, gives it to Chris Ludman. Ludman over to Zach Palmer, to Lesky. 1-point lead for the Sal's. Give it to Chris Ludman. Ludman back to Lesky. Lesky for 3. Can't hit. Yeah, he rushed it a little bit. Good defense by the Sal's, getting in his face. 2:38 to go here in the first half. Sitting here in the second quarter. Thought there could have been a call there. Duncan Triatola with the ball. Gives it back to Brown. Triatola's going to shoot it. No. Rebound. Belongs to the Spartans. Out on Sally's, off on Henschke. Now Max Ferranti entering the game now for Sally's, number 25. Ferranti played last year at Wilmington Christian. As a freshman, averaged, I believe, over 10 points a game. And transferred to Sally's, and now he's in reserve status. He's on the floor right now. So we got Billy Sullivan. Goes it over to Lesky. Lesky to Palmer. Back to Sullivan. Eric Ludman. To Palmer. Palmer had his shot, was thinking about it. Couldn't get the grip. Ludman. Back to Palmer. To Sullivan. Minute 53 to go here in the second quarter. Sullivan with the drive.
Nice
Off the board, it's good! Billy Sullivan takes his man baseline, puts it off the board, making it 18-17.
It's a nice strong move by
140.
Sullivan. Sally's was kind of staying in front of their man, playing really good defense, and Billy just made a nice aggressive move to the basket and finished at the rim.
Former St. Matthew Wildcat right there, Pat. Oh, that's a long one that rolls in and out. Duncan Triatola couldn't get that to fall. It spun off the rim, which was fortunate for the Spartans. Lesky holding the ball out front, controlling it. Gets it over to Zach Palmer. Palmer's got a shot. That one's off. Billy Sullivan with a nice rebound.
That should be a foul on Triatola there.
It is going to be a foul.
Billy jumped up for the rebound, and Triatola he didn't jump for it, and he had his hands on him.
So Billy will Lesky will be bringing the ball in. Lesky gets it back to Billy. So Sullivan has the ball out front. He gets a screen from Lesky.
Oh. I'm going to call a double dribble on that.
Double dribble as he picked it up.
That ball slipped out of his hands, kind of got pinned between his hand and his hip, and then he went to dribble it again. That's something the official has to call. I mean, it's unfortunate that the ball took a bad bounce on you, but it has to be called.
Referee blew the whistle, so it's Sally's ball. 51.3 seconds to go here in the first half. 1 point lead for the Spartans. The Spartans hoping to get a stop and get one more possession at least here before the half. Sal's with Kempsky. We got a kick ball. 38.3 to go in the first half. 1 point lead. Yeah, Pat, this could come down to a last second shot. Nice tight game that we have going here.
It's been a very close contested first half. You know, the score might not be high, but it hasn't been a boring game. I mean, it's been
a good game.
It's been a good game so far.
Jack Brown finds Max Ferrante. Ferrante gives it out to Brown. Ferrante should have taken the shot in the lane right there. Billy Sullivan with the ball. I've seen him make that move a bunch of times, but I guess he's being conservative. So now the Spartans are going to hold for the last shot. 17 seconds to go.
The Spartans there in no particular hurry. They're going in. At this point, the way that they're playing it, they're thinking, yeah, well, we have the lead, so we're at least going in a half up one. Why not just wait and see if we can
Sullivan
get that move?
With the move. Billy made the spin move, couldn't get the shot off the board, and Sally's is not going to get a shot off. So at the end of the half, we've got the St. Mark Spartans 18, Sally's 17. And we'll be back after these messages.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. The menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com. Remember, you can always order online to take home our world-famous wings. It's your couch, our wings.
Hi, I'm Shannon Colburn, General Manager of Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Bethany Beach.
And I'm Douglas Ruley, Vice President and Chef of Sodell Concepts.
Located on Coastal Highway just north of downtown Bethany Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar is a landmark restaurant overlooking the beautiful salt pond. Some house specialties include fried baby lobster tails, baked oysters, seafood stew, lobster cavatappi, and of course, daily selections of fresh fish and raw oysters.
That's Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Bethany Beach.
Come check us out. Hi, I'm Shannon.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts.
And I'm Jen Myers of Plate Catering.
And we'd love to invite you to check us out for your wedding or next event.
At Plate Catering, it's our mission to make your dream wedding a reality, expertly taking care of all the food and service details so you don't have to. Our professional team will work with you to create a one-of-a-kind beach, farm to table. We're at your home. Whatever the venue or occasion, Plate Catering is here to help you make it the best it can be.
Plate Catering from Sodell Concepts. Check us out.
Joined Patterson Schwartz and Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. Exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com. In 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image, you envision, we create.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching 302 Sports Presentation of Delaware High School Basketball. Tonight we're bringing you the St. Mark Spartans versus the Sal's of Salesianum. We're at halftime right now. The score is 18-17. Spartans hold a 1-point lead. I'm sitting here with my broadcast partner, Pat Gariandes. We think it was a pretty good first half, really, for both, as far as watching, but a good half for both teams.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Norm. You know, there's been a few snooze fests in this series before, and this is not one of them. It's been a competitive opening half, 18-17. Both teams are playing fairly mistake-free basketball. It's just, you know, that they're finding ways to make baskets. They may not be knocking down as many perimeter jump shots as they'd like, but they're finding ways to keep this game close. Both teams have gone on runs. Like you talked about, Palmer has knocked down a couple
two threes.
They've hit a couple nice shots.
And they were countered by Duncan Triatola, I believe, also hit 2 threes.
He's got a few.
First half.
One thing that we talked about in Ingram's absence for the Sal's, we looked at the Browns to try and step up, and they've kind of been kept under wraps in the first half. The Spartans did a good job taking them out of the flow of the offense, and the Sal's have tried to find somebody else to step up. So that's something that I think that's a win. If you're the Spartans, that's a win. You take it. The Browns had been kind of nullified in that first half, and we're going to have to see what the second half brings as far as they go.
Yeah, so far I don't believe Jack Brown has been able to hit a jumper. I think he's got the one inside rebound that he put back up and in. And I remember Paul missed a front end of the 1-and-1. So they haven't been able to quite contribute the way they did. I was talking as they did against Flint Hill.
Right.
Spartans, so far, Ludman, not really. Chris doesn't have.
Correct.
We don't have the official count on him right now, but I believe he only has a bucket or two.
Right, and that's the thing. We talk about those guys in the pregame as players to watch, and both teams, you could tell they knew who the players to watch were, and they've come prepared on defense, keeping them out of the game, and yet we still have a highly competitive basketball game that's been fun to watch so far. So it's going to be interesting to see in the second half if our players to watch, the Browns for Salesianum and Chris Ludman for St. Mark's, if they start to try to assert themselves in the second half. That'll be interesting to see.
Well, this seems like a game that very well could come down to the wire, Pat. Come down to the wire as many St. Mark's games, Sally's games have. In fact, I'm going to go in the Wayback Machine right now.
Here we go. The history lesson again.
Going into the Wayback Machine. We'll go to an article that was in the Morning News on February 10th, 1975. So it's almost 43 years ago today. The headline reads, Gallagher shot, keys Sal's win. Could have been officially dubbed Feed Joe Gallagher, 6'10", cannon-armed Salesianum senior, who connected on a running 20-footer with 7 seconds left to give the Sal's a 51-49 hustling victory over the St. Mark Spartans in Catholic League basketball squeaker last night. Gallagher totaled 12, then came to the Sino. The Sal's are in the lead with 8-4 overall. Now, Gallagher's pop could have been the most refreshing event for Sal's coach Frank Brady's recent history. Brady says St. Mark's and Sally's is like Army-Navy, expounded Brady. These kids know each other, and we always have a good game. I would be disappointed if we didn't. And with 22 seconds left, St. Mark's Pat O'Donnell scored his only bucket and tied it with 49 at 49. And Brady signaled for a timeout with 20 seconds left, and all 1,000 fans in Salesianum's gym held in suspense until Gallagher's final shot knocked it home for the Sal's and gave them the win. Yeah, I was on the floor that night.
Oh, I thought I recognized that name. Holy smokes.
And I remember that I got into the game, and I with about a minute left after somebody had fouled out, and I was able to tap up a ball that actually went in with 22 seconds left, and I tied the game, and we put a press on, and I can still remember looking at Joey Gallagher hitting that shot. It was about a 20-some-odd footer. Of course, there was no three-point line back then, and he tore my heart out.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to overtime. We had a game the week before where I had gotten in late in the game, and we pushed to overtime. I had a good overtime. We ended up winning the game by 5 points. And I thought it was going to happen again, Pat, but it didn't. So that is some St. Mark's Sally's history for you. That was the night Joey Gallagher took us down 51-49. And also that year, I believe the score, that was at Sally's. When we played here at St. Mark's, I believe it was 50-49.
Holy man.
It was another one-point game. But I believe we also had one-point games with Archmere. It was a really tight season that year.
Right.
And the Spartans, that game actually stopped us from going to the state tournament. Archmere and Sally's went as the Catholic League teams. And the Spartans, we had to stay home that year. And we actually, one of the best, that was actually the most talented athletic team that I ever was able to be a part of. Steve Watson was on that that team right there, the 74-75 team, future Temple Al, and then Denver Bronco, as well as a future Ohio State Chuck Hunter. Chuck had scored a touchdown in the Rose Bowl, and then we have Mike Carney, who also went to Maryland. Just a great group of athletes that
it sounds like
that I got a chance to be associated with. And hopefully these kids tonight will be able to look back and say, yeah, Billy Sullivan, I know him before he played in the NFL, or before he'll probably actually be a baseball player before he played for the Phillies. Hopefully that they're going to be able to look back and see that type of thing for the people that they played with and played against. So we've got just a minute 20 to go here in the first half. Spartans looking okay right here at a one-point lead, playing a solid defense as they always play.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the second half as we're now a minute away here. And
our man Jason Winchell he's
the
stat man is here. We just want to point him out to you. He's walk around and give him another special thanks for giving everything to us.
If you see it, if you're watching at home, just look through the camera. He's got a 302 Sports long sleeve T-shirt on. That's the guy who got us the stats. You could say, hey, there's that guy we're talking about.
He is our stat man. In fact, I came here and watched the St. Elizabeth's girls and the St. Mark's girls last night, which the St. Elizabeth's girls won 44-34. And Jason was here taking down stats. So I see him all around at all the different games. Us high school basketball nuts.
Oh, looks like we're just about to get ready to get underway here in the second half.
Spartans are on the floor. They're ready to go. We're still waiting for the South.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Salesianum in possession to start the half. And
Sal's are getting their St. Mark's setting up their defense.
It's going to be.
And folks, as always, we want you to remember our sponsors. We want to thank Hooters and Unique Images, as well as Brian Loans. One I'm forgetting, but I'll get it for you in a second. Okay, start of the first half. Cohill gives it to Brown. That's Jack Brown. Goes to Duncan Triatola. Triatola feeds it down to Brown. They try to double team. Brown puts it up, and it's good, and he is fouled. Yeah, they didn't have position on that one, Pat. And Brown was able to take advantage.
That's the risk you run when you want to take charges. It's such a fine art. It's got to be perfect in order for it to be called a charge, that if you just make one little slip up, if you move just one little flinch, they'll call a block.
Yeah, and Brown nails the traditional three-point play.
There we go, Pat. That's what we're talking about. Try and see if him and his brother are going to try to assert themselves here in the second half. Right off the bat, he gets a three-point play.
So it makes it 20-18, 2-point lead for the Sallies. Chris Ludman with the ball, being guarded by Cohill. Gets it over to Billy Sullivan. Billy. Koleski. Chris Ludman with the ball.
Let's see if Ludman will
Ludman
answer.
is looking to get it to Billy Sullivan down low, but it's tipped away. Paul Brown comes away. He has it blocked, and then he's fouled. He's going to go to the line, shoot 2 shots.
Hey, there we go. Paul Brown going to assert himself here in the second half. He was fairly quiet in the first half, like we talked about, and right away he comes out, 3-point play, second possession, gets a steal, goes right down the lane, gets himself to the line for 2.
Every once in a while, he likes to get that ball, and you see him, he just kind of rambles down court, almost hunched over in a way. Makes the first shot, 21-18. So Paul Brown stepping up in the absence of Tariq Ingram. Brown's second shot. That one's good too.
Nice start for the Salesianum forward here in the second half. Gives them a 4-point lead now.
Junior. He contributed 10 points in that victory in the state championship game 2 years ago when he was just a freshman. Lesky gives the ball to Ludman. Ludman with the move.
Blocked.
Couldn't quite get it off the board.
It looked like Brown got a piece of that.
Well, I thought he hit the side of the backboard. Cohill with a nice move and a nice pass to Paul Brown, cutting, making it 24-18. Very nice play by Brian Cohill.
That's going to cause a timeout.
Christopher Cohill, I'm sorry. Timeout on the floor. Christopher Cohill, it's 24-18. 6:27 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website, .com.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. That other sponsor was the Hadley Group. That's who I was forgetting. So please remember all our sponsors and go see them. Tell them 302 Sports sent you. Right now it's 6:27. Go in the third period. Spartans now trail the Sal's by 6 points. Lesky with the ball gets it to Zach Palmer. Sal's have come in and really exerted them. Now here's Billy Sullivan. Billy, if he had the move right there, up and under, if he could have just squeezed through, but he didn't get it. So it's
a palming violation on Jack Brown there. It's going to bring it back to the Spartans.
Spartans get it back. Lesky will bring the ball up. Gives it to Lesky. Spartans need a basket. There it is. Billy Sullivan provides it. 20-24. Yeah, they don't want to go down by more than 6 as they were. Let the Sallies get on some kind of run, and so Billy stops it right there with that little jump hook. Yeah, that gives them 6 points on the night.
Nice move by Billy with a nice little baby hook shot.
There's Paul Brown, kicks it out to Kemsky, out to Jack Brown. Jack Brown over to Triatola. Triatola with a shot. It's no good, but it's picked up by Kemsky. Kemsky's going to give it to Jack Brown. He'll try his three, and it's good. There's Jack Brown.
Yep. He gets himself going now, Jack, with the three, and it expands the Sal's lead. I think it's the largest of their game with the 7-pointer.
27-20, 7-point lead.
I think that's the largest lead for either team, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're correct there, Pat. Palmer with the ball. Been a fairly close game. It's the widest margin we've had all night for either team. William Huffman tries to get it to Ludman, and it's tipped away. Ball's lost.
Nice hustle by Lesky.
Lesky got a foul called, I believe, on Kemsky, probably for reaching over.
On the floor for the possession. He just wanted it.
Yeah, after he had lost the ball, he kind of made that extra hustle play to try to get it. Make it up.
Checking back in for the Spartans, number 22, Brian Gallardi, and
22.
Number 44, Eric Ludman.
Hit a three in the first half. They need a couple more of those from him. 27-20, 7-point lead. 4:33 to go here in the third quarter. Billy Sullivan thought about it from the top. Palmer. It's no good. Not quite set when he took it.
That was deep. That was from really deep. I think that's a heat check. That's what they call that.
Chris Cohill. Paul Brown. It's fumbled. It's on the ground. I believe it's a jump ball call. Possession arrow goes to the Spartans. Going to have Ludman taking his place out front of the offense this time. Got Ludman, Sullivan, Palmer, Gallardi, and Ludman on the floor. Chris Ludman.
Chris still really hasn't gotten going offensively.
Palmer had to go up and pull it back as defender came from behind, challenged him. There's that little floater. Spartans are not having much luck with that pass.
Nice pass. That's a
There's
really
Kempsky.
great
He's
outlet
fouled.
pass.
The number of times where the Spartans have tried to lob it in to somebody in that lane, and the number of times that it's been tipped away and lost, not a good number for the Spartans right now. I mean, Sal's took great advantage of it, creating the fast break.
Triatola with a needle threading pass to get it to Kempsky in stride to get a layup. That was the underrated part of that play, was that outlet pass.
It created a 3-point play. Great play by Duncan. So that's 30-20. They've stretched it to 10 points. Spartans need to get on a run, need stops. Ludman gets it to Gallardi, can't make it. Jack Brown brings it down, 3:22 to go.
Called a palm.
She called him for a palming call right there.
I've seen more palming calls in this game than I've seen in the past 6 years.
That one looked like a pure crossover from where I was. Each game I see more and more, whether the refs have a point of emphasis to make these calls, that and lane violations.
Yeah.
I see that all the time. So there's a steal by Kempsky, but he lost the ball and it went out of bounds. Spartans being careless with the ball, Pat.
They got to take care of the basketball. The Sals, they got a little run going. They got some confidence. They're going to be a little more aggressive on the defensive side. St. Mark's has got to be careful here. They could get themselves in the danger zone, down 10 here late in the third quarter.
Agreed. Yeah, they need to make sure this is a possession. You need to get a basket. Whether it's a 2 or a 3, it doesn't matter. Sals are looking hungry on defense. They want to expand that lead. Now they're going to get a foul called as Billy Sullivan tries to go baseline. Is fouled by Duncan Triatola. His second. It's only the team's second. Spartans. Gallardi gives it to Ludman. Ludman back to Sullivan. Sullivan to Gallardi. Gallardi for 3. No good. Duncan Triatola. 2:30 to go. Third quarter. Kempsky. No good. Rebound. Sullivan brings it down. 2:16 to go. Third quarter. Still just a 10-point lead, but Spartans need to score a few before the end of this quarter. Palmer.
And the Sally's
can't get it.
Sally's just content with just playing good fundamental defense. They're not.
Ludman, the younger Ludman with a move. He pump faked a few times.
Nice follow by Gallardi.
Picked up by Brian Gallardi. He's able to put it in. Making it 30-22. So there's that bucket that I was talking about. Kempsky, minute 35 to go here. Gives it to Cohill. Cohill with the runner off the board. No good. Rebound Brian Gallardi. Gallardi gets it to Ludman. Ludman kicks it to Billy Sullivan in open court. Billy with the move off the board. And it's good! Sullivan turning his back, drawing the foul, putting it off the board, making it 30-24 with a minute 22 to go here in the third period. Sullivan will step to the line and shoot the and one. The traditional three-point play can draw the Spartans to within 5. Puts a different picture on this ball game, Pat.
Yeah, a little. This could be a little 5-0 run. Game time. And
Billy's long with the touch there, so it stays 30-26. Minute 15 to go. 6-point lead, third quarter. Kemsky. St. Mark's in need of defense, need a steal. We got a foul called though. It's going to be called on Hoffman, I believe.
Yeah, Paul Brown is really working hard down low, trying to keep himself in the game, looking to get positioned for easy baskets. I like the way he's working. He's working really hard here in the third quarter.
Yeah, he's really forcing the Spartan defenders.
Just as a side note,
like Hoffman.
that is the fourth personal on Hoffman.
That's Jack Brown with another three, heating up. Makes it 33-24 with less than a minute to go here in the third period. Spartans trailing by 9 points now.
A big shot by Jack Brown. You kind of sensed the Spartans were kind of, trying to find themselves here, and Brown just puts a dagger in them.
That one's going to sail out of bounds on the Spartans right there. I thought the ball was going a little bit too far, and it did. 41.9 seconds to go here in the third period, 33-24. It's a 9-point lead for the Sal's. Nowak bringing it in. Jack Brown gets it. Steal,
nice steal
by Ludman. Ludman kind of tosses it to himself. He got fouled as he goes up, so he'll shoot 2 shots. Pat was showing the statistics earlier. He's a 78% three-throw shooter.
Yes, he's very efficient from the foul line.
34.6 seconds to go here in the
And that was a great headsy play by Ludman. He sees that Jack Brown's going to go with a spin dribble, and he doesn't see Ludman coming, and he comes from behind, steals the ball, and creates the fast break opportunity. And we talked about it pregame.
Jink right there.
We talked about it pregame. He's a headsy basketball player.
But we just gave him the broadcaster's jinx as he misses the first and the second. Well, we jinxed him all around, 77%. Those are the 2 that he missed out of 10.
Yep.
So 28 seconds to go, 33-24. Sal's can double it, can have a double-digit lead if they get a bucket here going into the fourth quarter.
I think Coach Haley implored his team to hold for 1 here.
Only 15 seconds. Paul Brown, Nowak to Kemsky, just 7 seconds. Ball's lost.
I think they're going to call a foul on Lesky, yeah.
It's only the team's 5th with 5.3 seconds, so it'll be Sally's ball underneath. Nowak will bring it in.
It's going to be Lesky's 3rd personal here.
So back to Jack Brown.
Jack's got to go fast.
And he lost the ball. Sullivan. We've got backcourt. So Sal's actually could probably put a little bit of time on that clock, but they're not going to ask for it. The Spartans have 1.1 seconds to get a shot up. So they can possibly get another score. Well, he's got that is definitely, I believe, a block shot.
It's a block
shot. No
Joe
call.
Nowak. Joe Nowak.
Joe
Nowak.
Nowak,
Nice
as you were telling me, you said. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, Sally's 33, Spartans 24. We'll be right back.
Finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image, you envision, we create.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to enter the fourth quarter. The score is 33-24. We got an 18-17 halftime lead for the Spartans. The Spartans are now down by 9. So I believe they lost that quarter 18-8. 18-8 they lost that quarter. 6, I'm sorry, lost that quarter 16-6. Sal's able to have a big quarter. Now the Spartans need a big quarter in order to catch up and make this a game. Jack Brown in control out front, gives it to Kemsky. Kemsky to Justin Triatola. Triatola. Timeout.
Yep.
Sallies. So with 7:42 to go. Sallies are leading 33-4. So there's a quick timeout there, Pat.
Yeah, Coach Haley didn't like what he saw out of his offense there, and he wants to talk it over. He thought it was a little stagnant, and he doesn't want to give away a possession here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think in this type of a close game, and he was trying to nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud. He had to nip it in the bud right there and stop any bleeding that might occur. Although I think the Spartan defenders were getting a little anxious. They smelled a little blood, and that's what they're going to have to do in this quarter because they need takeaways.
They do, and on the flip side, Sallies needs to take care of the basketball if they want to complete. This would be a nice win for them, especially with Ingram not being available.
That's Nowak bringing the ball in, gets it into Jack Brown. Brown's played well. Brown. Give to Nowak. Nowak back to Kemsky. Kemsky's
really quick with the
being hounded by Tynes, but he's able to get it to Nowak.
That's a block.
There's a
he called a charge. He called a charge.
There's Billy Sullivan able to get position.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for Joe. He's driving baseline, and Billy just he slides in, and he's falling back as he slides in. But I mean, those are always 50-50 calls. Those charge block calls.
That's true, and he was making a pass. He wasn't even taking a shot. He was just making a pass, but Billy got in his way. So Ludman with the ball out front, trailing by 9, 7:12 to go. Chris Ludman gets it over to Billy Sullivan. Billy Sullivan, that ball's tipped. Tynes comes up with the rebound.
Nice
Gets
hustle
to
by
Palmer.
Tynes.
Palmer tries to take his shot. We've got a call on the floor. Belongs to
It's
St. Mark's.
not on the shot. It looks like it was on one of the
foul.
It was a loose ball foul. And they're going to call that on Joe Nowak, I believe is who he called that on.
Nowak's second one. It was a call he was underneath for a push, I believe.
Double foul. So it's going to be a foul on Matthew Tynes of St. Mark's and Joe Nowak of Salesianum, a double foul, a loose ball foul.
That gives both teams 16 fouls. So everybody's shooting on the next foul. Doesn't matter who. They get it to Chris Ludman. Ludman, as he looks to pass, it is stripped from him. They get it out to Kemsky. Kemsky puts it off the board, and he's fouled by Palmer, making this a 35-24 game. Spartans letting it get away from him.
Quick hands by Jack Brown down here on defense. Gets the deflection, gets it up to Kemsky, and Kemsky has done a fantastic job in this game of finishing at the rim with contact.
That's the second one. Great job by the senior.
Yeah, he's
senior, but he's only about 5'7", 5'8".
He's not a very big kid, but he's not unafraid. He is unafraid. He goes to the basket strong because he knows worst case scenario, get my shot blocked.
Yeah,
best
he got
case
both
scenario,
of those
make
shots.
the layup, and boom, now he got fouled. That's a 3-point.
Much taller players. We got a foul called. We're going to get a 1-on-1. So
the Spartans
make a couple foul shots.
They need to find some way points here in the second half, and perhaps the foul line is the best way to do that. They really have gone ice cold here in the second half.
Yes, and not creating anything defensively out front.
And I think part of it is the Salesianum defense is kind of ratcheted up. They're not making it easy for St. Mark's. They're not getting those layups they were getting in the first half. They're not getting those open threes that they were knocking down in the first half. Sally's has really tightened it up, and you got to give credit to him.
Ludman makes the second one, so he does cut it back to 10, making it 36-26 with 6:46 to go here in the game. Spartans are going to go full court pressure, denying the ball. Kemsky gets it in to Duncan Triatola. They have a trap. They're able to beat it. Kemsky.
Not a bad idea by the Spartans, trying to create a turnover some way.
Junkin Triatola with the ball. Gets it to Christopher Cohill. It's a nice pass downtown.
That's a great pass.
Great pass to Paul
And
Brown.
a great catch
Puts it
by
right
Paul
in.
Brown.
Was that Cohill?
That was Cohill with the dime, but that is not an easy catch by Paul Brown. I mean, that ball was low, and he's a big man. He catches it, goes up, gets the and one. Very, very good play on both ends of that, on the pass and on the catch.
Cohill, a junior, very impressed with how he's played, what I saw him play against Flint Hill and here tonight. And Paul Brown makes the foul shot, making it 39-26, 13-point lead for the Sows.
Yeah, the Spartans got to find something to go. The Sally's is kind of in a rhythm offensively. They got to try to find a way to keep this game within striking distance. You don't want to let it get away with you. If it gets up over 15, that's when you kind of got to get out of your game plan.
Now, one thing working in the Spartans' favor is the fact that both teams have 18 fouls. And so with 6:14 to go, there's plenty of opportunities to stop that clock and score. Ludman makes the first free throw.
Your best free throw shooter's on the line. So that definitely goes into what you're saying, Pat.
He can cut it to 11. And he does. So the Spartans on defense going to need to either get steals. And Cohill controls the ball well. Brings it across. Sows will slow it down, run their offense. Foul called on Billy Sullivan, so now he's going to send Jack Brown a line for one-on-one. Once you put your hand, touch him, they call the foul. That was a hand check.
And Coach Sanders over here saying, he's like, why? And he's 30 feet away from the basket. There's no need for that. There's plenty of time left in this game, and it's only an 11-point game. That 6 minutes is an eternity in basketball.
And Jack Brown, good foul shooter, makes the first. Makes it 40-28.
For Sullivan, that's his third personal.
It's a 12-point lead. 13-point lead, and Jack Brown nails both of them. Chris Ludman with the ball, 6:03 to go. Ludman's going to make the move, try to go on his own. Kicks it out to Billy Sullivan. Sullivan trying to make his turn. It's no good.
It's tough going in there when you got the trees, both Browns being 6'5 plus. It's hard for Ludman to really get that shot off. So he tried to kick it out, and he got it to Sullivan. Otherwise, you see him against a smaller opponent, he's taking that layup.
Yeah, they are a distraction. There's no doubt about that. We got a timeout call by Sally's.
Yeah, Coach Haley, he recognized the official was on that 5-second count, and he called a quick timeout.
So 5:35 to go in the game, 41-28. We'll be right back after these messages.
General Manager of Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Bethany Beach.
And I'm Douglas Ruley, Vice President and Chef of Sodell Concepts.
Located on Coastal Highway just north of downtown Bethany Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar is a landmark restaurant overlooking the beautiful Salt Pond. Some house specialties include fried baby lobster tails, baked oysters, seafood stew, lobster cavatappi, and of course, daily selections of fresh fish and raw oysters.
That's Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Bethany Beach.
Come check us out.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching 302 Sports Transportation of Delaware High School basketball. Right now, it's 41-28. Sows of Salesianum leading the St. Mark Spartans with 5:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Duncan Triatola bringing the ball in for Sally's. Got a foul called on Chris Ludman as St. Mark's is going to send Joe Nowak to the line right away.
And again, it's a questionable foul. I don't know why you're fouling a player 30 feet from the basket when, yeah, it's a 13-point game, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that yet. You don't need to start fouling. There's still plenty of time left in this game. It's just you don't want to give them free points, that's all. You just don't want to give the Sows free points, and you're giving that to them by fouling them so far away from the basket.
Yeah, they're taking the gamble that they're going to miss free throws, and the Sows have been very good free throw shooting tonight. They only made 1 out of 2. But then they get the rebound and put it back in. Rebound, Ludman. St. Mark's trailing by 14 points with 5:26 to go. Palmer to Sullivan. Sullivan across court to Gallardi. Can't hit. Rebound taken down by Tynes. He thinks about it. Gets the ball, is loose. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow points towards the Spartans. It's going to be Spartans' ball with 5:10. They trail by 14 points, Pat. They need points and they need it quick.
Yeah, they need any basket they can get here. You can still run your offense. You don't have to score that quick, but you do need to get a quality. Like, that's not a quality look.
Now, Ludman was pushed a little bit. He thought he might get a call, so he threw it up. It's no good.
That's
Mike Kempsky.
a nice shot by Kempsky there.
Just methodically comes down and puts in that easy 16-foot jumper, smooth. Makes it 44-28, 16-point lead. Zach Palmer with a move to the basket. He
Nice
gets
move,
that one
Palmer.
to fall.
Nice move by
So
Zach.
44-30 with 4:40 to go. St. Mark's with full court pressure.
Coach Haley's going to call another
And
timeout for Salesian.
Haley
Yeah,
calls
nice,
another timeout.
nice aggressive move by Palmer, and they're the kind of baskets the Spartans need. You got to stay
And
aggressive.
we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts,
And I'm Jen Myers with Plate Catering.
and we'd love to invite you to check us out for your wedding or next event.
At Plate Catering, it's our mission to make your dream wedding a reality, expertly taking care of all the food and service details so you don't have to. Our professional team will work with you to create a one-of-a-kind event, whether it be on the beach, farm to table, or at your home. Whatever the venue or occasion, Plate Catering is here to help you make it the best it can be.
Plate Catering from Sodell Concepts. Check us out.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with 4:36 to go in the game. St. Mark's is trailing Salesianum 44-30, Pat. Doesn't look good for the Spartans.
No, but I liked what their last possession brought to them. They went to the easy look with the shots that the Spartans got to find. You're still not out of this game. I know it does. It looks
No, there
kind of
is a lot of
grim.
time. There is time left, but it's going to take aggressive defense. It's going to take a huge run.
It's going to take
mistakes.
It's going to
by
take
Sally.
right. It's going to take stops. It's going to take turnovers, but it's going to take good possessions like their last offensive possession. You got to value the basketball. Every possession matters at this point. You can't be taking bad shots. You can't be having turnovers. You almost got to score every possession from here on out and hope that you can cause some turnovers or get some stops. One and dones. No offensive rebounds for Sal's. That's what you're talking about if you're the Spartans.
Well, I think that's why Coach Haley has been taking all those timeouts. He wanted to make sure that they did limit the mistakes. And there's Paul Brown, tries to put it off the board, but he misses.
And that's a
and
shot.
we got a foul, so Palmer's going to come to the line with 4:20 to go. Spartans able to cut the lead with the clock stop.
That's not a smart foul. Like we've been talking about the Spartans foul so far away from the basket. The Sal's, it's even more egregious to foul so far away. You're on the other side of half court. You're up 14. You do not want to give the Spartans baskets when when the time's not coming off the clock. But
So
there's an example of what St. Mark's needs on the other side of the basketball court. Paul Brown takes a shot, doesn't use the backboard, misses. The Spartans come down. They end up on the foul line. That's the only way the Spartans are going to be able to climb back in this game.
Cut it to 13 with that free throw. Zach Palmer is looking to cut it to 12. 4:20 to go. He cuts it to 12. Spartans
Still plenty of time left in this basketball game.
Denying the ball.
There's one of the turnovers.
It causes a turnover. They front their man, deny the ball. Little misstep by Sally's. Ball flies out of bounds. So 4:20 to go. Belongs to Spartans. Right underneath there. Brian Gallardi bringing it in. Gallardi gets it to Tynes. Tynes being guarded by Brown. Gets it to Bill Sullivan. Billy with a nice underhand spin move.
Great
Nice move by Sullivan. Makes it 44-34, and we got timeout by St. Mark's with 4:09 to go. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching 302 Sports presentation of Delaware High School basketball. We've got St. Mark's and Sally's tonight. St. Mark's has just cut Sally's lead to 10 points. It's 44-34 with 4:09 to go here in the game.
Yeah, like I talked about, Pat, there is plenty of time left in this basketball game for St. Mark's to get back into the game. What they need, we talked about stops. They got one. Paul Brown missed a shot. They come down, make 2 foul shots. Then you get a turnover. Off the turnover, you get Billy Sullivan with a great up and under move to cut the lead down to 10. That's the way the Spartans get back in the game. Now for Salesianum, you got to value the basketball. You don't need to force any shots up. You can kind of take some time off the clock, get your layups, make your foul shots when you get the opportunity, but big things is just don't turn the basketball over. And with young guards that aren't really varsity experienced guards, let's see what Salesianum does, other than Kempsky, of course.
Well, I think the main thing is that with the Spartans trapping defense, they don't want to give away easy baskets.
Right there.
What they've been able to do is cause another turnover as Brown fading away from the basket as the pass is thrown to him and it goes out of bounds. So less than 4 minutes, 3:58.
Jack Brown.
Spartans need a basket on this possession to really start to tighten things up.
Jack didn't need to make that pass. He's a guard. He's a ball handler. He's got the ball in the middle of the floor, no one near him. Paul Brown's a post player. You don't need to give him the ball out in traffic. Handle the ball, take care of it, but that's a young basketball player for you.
That's a nice move by Chris Ludman. There's a drop step, turns, cuts the lead to 8 with 3:35 to go.
St. Mark's playing really good basketball right now, valuing every possession.
Being very aggressive. We got a foul called, I believe, on Palmer.
Yeah, that's okay.
Which is going to send Paul Brown to the line. So it's very important now for the Sal's to hit their foul shots.
If you're the Spartans, you can live with that foul. It's an aggressive play trying to get a steal. That's all right. You sense you're cutting back into the lead. It's a 8-0 run. There's nothing wrong with that foul. He was going for a steal.
Yeah, it was pure aggressive. We're being very aggressive on defense. Paul Brown knocks home the foul shot.
He's been money from the line here in the second half. That's one thing I've been impressed with here as he continues to stroke it and try to keep the Salesianum lead at a distance.
It's up to 9, back up to 9. He makes it 10, so Paul Brown makes him pay. 46-36, 3:26 to go in the game. Chris Ludman with the ball. Ludman being hounded by Kempsky, gets it to Gallardi. Palmer, no, it's off, but the rebound is stolen from Chris Ludman by Kempsky. Very nice as he deals it to Cohill, who puts it in. Sal's have things clicking. 48-36, 2:57 to go in the game. Ludman going to try to float to the basket, I believe. No, he's called for a walk.
Yep. That's one of those. He took a step, and then he went to jump in the lane. And when you land with 1-2, it's a walk. When you land with a jump stop, it's okay. Unfortunately, he didn't land with both feet at the same time, and that's where the travel came in.
I think he had a double jump stop there, kind of bunny hopped. So that's Cohill. He's fouled. Chris Cohill's going to go to the line, go shoot 2 shots, 2:48 to go. What has happened to Sal's came out and really have taken over this second half. Put themselves, of course, in a great position to win this game right now. Spartans, not enough offense coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, the Spartans, they threw a flurry at Sally's, but they've kind of kept their cool, knocked down their foul shots, and they've built the lead back up.
The Spartans had a 1-point, 18-17 lead at the end of the first half. But after 3 quarters, I believe it was 16-6, they only scored 6 points in the third quarter, driving their total to 24, whereas Sally's had 16. Beat them by 10 that quarter, and they're going to beat them by this quarter too, it looks, because now it's 50-36 with 2:44 to go in the game.
And they're going to call Sullivan for the offensive there. He did his upper body kind of made like a jerking motion, and
that's his fourth.
Being the headsy player that Kempsky is, the senior, he kind of did a little acting on that, got the call.
Oh, the Oscar goes to Kempsky as he thrust his body forward.
Now you got to look for Sally's to take some clock.
2:41 to go, 14-point lead. Yeah, Sal's are just going to be holding the ball now and looking to go to the line and shoot the double bonus. unless the Spartans can
Yep.
steal the inbounds, which they did. Off very aggressive. There's Gallardi for three. No go. Rebound Tynes. Blocked by Jack Brown. Picked up by Palmer. 2:27 to go in the game. Palmer going to get a foul called on Cohill. Zach Palmer will go line, shoot 2 shots. 14-point lead now for Sally's over top of the Spartans. First one's good. Maybe 50-37, 13-point lead.
It'll be interesting to see what St. Mark's strategy is here, down double digits with about 2.5 minutes left. Do they start the foul?
Could have got a walk call there, but when things aren't going your way. So Kempsky with the ball out front. Back door, Sally's holding the ball.
This is smart of the Sal's. There's no need to take any more shots. Just hold the ball out and go to the foul line.
They will just play keep away. No reason to shoot the ball. Up by 13 points with less than 2 minutes to go. They're going to go to the line. They just make it force St. Mark's to push them to the line. And Jack Brown to go. Shoot 2 shots. Minute 52 to go. 50-37. 13-point lead for the Sal's over the Spartans. See some of the Spartan faithful starting to exit the building. Lesky will come back in. Jack Brown with minute 52.
Well, we talked about how the first half was a low scoring half. Second half, not so much, especially for the Sal's. They really come alive and put some points up on the board here in the second half.
Yep, Jack Brown makes both of them, then he'll sit down.
35-point second half for the Sal's.
And we got a timeout on the floor with 1:52 to go. We'll be right back after these messages.
Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image you envision, we create. Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com. Remember, you can always order online to take home our world-famous wings. It's your couch, our wings.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. A minute 52 to go in the game. 52-37, 15-point lead for Sally's over St. Mark's. And looks like Coach Santa has decided to throw in the towel. He's
couple fresh faces. You got Carlos Roques, number 11 in the game, number 24, Jacques Dubec, and number 23, Matthew Smith, coming for the Spartans.
Well, to that I say good job to Coach Sano for minute 52. To give those players a minute 52. He sees that the game is pretty much lost, so he's looking to get playing time.
Yeah, valuable minutes for those guys coming in. And Sal, the Salesianum, has a couple new guys come in as well.
Haley took the cue there. Coach Haley took the cue from Santa, is also replaced. We got Pastor in the game, Max Ferrante.
Yeah, you look, number 20
Vaughn is in the game.
Number 22, Daniel Meyer, checks in for the first time.
Meyer getting some
Number
action.
23, Michael Wallace, checks in for the first time.
Mike Wallace, that's Max Ferrante. Max is fouled with a minute 28 to go. He's going to go to the line, shoot 2 shots.
And one thing I really don't want to see is this turn into a foul fest. That's one thing that...
Yeah, you hate to see it. It kind of really just makes the game drag on.
Having said that, you got guys in the game that don't normally get to play, and I was once one of those guys. And when you come in the game, that scores 0-0, because this is your time to show the coach that you deserve more minutes. It's invaluable experience for these guys.
They get a chance to get some points by getting the foul line, as Max Ferranti did right there, and he makes both of his free throws, make it 54-37. Tynes gonna try and make the shot. It's half blocked.
It's a nice move by Tynes.
Rebound. Tie up.
Nice
Jump
hustle
ball.
there.
Heads towards the Spartans with 1:13 to go. It'll be Spartans' possession underneath. That's Matt Smith bringing the ball in.
Yeah, Smith is senior. Smith is senior, so he loves any chance he can get to get on the floor, I'm sure.
Meyer bringing the ball in to Wallace. Wallace will bring it up with a minute 5. Vaughn way off. He said he got fouled, and I think he did. And
that's just one of those who are just going to let that slide.
Refs are ready to go home too, it seems like. They don't want to even make those calls. So St. Mark's bringing it down. Under a minute to go. Here's a drive.
It's going to drop the Spartans.
Zach Palmer for 3, no good.
This will drop
rebound Pasteur.
It'll drop the Spartans to 5-3 on the season, and
no, 6-3.
6-3, and it'll give Salesianum there
7-4.
Seventh win of the year, correct?
Yeah, it's a good win for Sally's. Foul. So Zach Palmer will go to the line, be able to add to his point total, but it's not going to have any difference in the outcome of the game, as it's 54-39. 15-point lead as the Sallies came out of the locker room, charged up, and really took it to the Spartans in the third quarter, and then continued to do the same thing in the fourth.
Yeah, the Sal's they really rallied the troops together. Look, their top scorer is now missing. He's not here anymore. So, they did a great job at finding a way to win and continuing their success that they've had to start the season, despite missing their leading scorer. A very impressive victory against a rival.
Yes.
Rival games are never easy.
Great in the way they dealt with the adversity. They dealt with the adversity, the fact of losing
and as
Ingram. And the South teams are really, I think, notorious about that, at least recently. You had the 10-10 team.
A lot of out-of-state teams
that ended up going to with Dante, that ended up winning the state championship. That was 2 years ago. That's the final buzzer. The final score, 56-39. The Sal's defeating St. Mark's here at St. Mark's by 17 points. The final, 56-39. And we'll be back to wrap up this game after these messages.
Hi, I'm Shannon Colburn, General Manager of Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Bethany Beach.
And I'm Douglas Ruley, Vice President and Chef of Sodell Concepts.
Located on Coastal Highway just north of downtown Bethany Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar is the landmark restaurant overlooking the beautiful Slot Pond. Some house specialties include fried baby lobster tails, baked oysters, seafood stew, lobster cavatappi, and of course, daily selections of fresh fish and raw oysters.
That's Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Bethany Beach.
Come check us out.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts.
And I'm Jen Myers of Plate Catering.
And we'd love to invite you to check us out for your wedding or next event.
At Plate Catering, it's our mission to make your dream wedding a reality, expertly taking care of all the food and service details so you don't have to. Our professional team will work with you to create a one-of-a-kind event, whether it be on the beach, farm to table, or at your home. Whatever the venue or occasion, Plate Catering is here to help you.
Concepts, check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts.
And we're back, ladies
Jen
and
Myers
gentlemen, sitting here at St. Mark's as we just got done watching the St. Mark's Spartans against the Sal's of Salesianum. Final score 56-39, with the Sal's coming out of here a victory. See Coach Tom Rosa walking by here, my former coach. Yeah, it was a tough game tonight for the Sal's. Pat, I guess, do you have some final stats you're able to find?
As for the Spartans in a hard-fought game, Billy Sullivan, one of our players to watch, ends up with 10 points, 5 two-point field goals made. The player of the game for them had to be Zach Palmer. He had one of his better games that I've seen. He had, let's see, He had 13 to pace the Spartans tonight. He led the way with 13 points. Chris Ludman had himself 8 points, which is a low for him. It's 10 under his average, so that definitely
couldn't get much going tonight, Ludman.
It didn't help him at all. As for the Sows, we look at Michael Kempsky led the way with 14 points. He came up with a lot of big shots, and he is their ball handler.
Well, I can see a lot of the other media is talking to Kempsky. That must be the player of the game, I guess. So, Mike Kempsky, the Sallies, 14 points, leading the way, coming back after having a concussion. He's our 302 Sports player of the game, and as Sallies is able to take home a 56-39 victory over the Spartans of St. Mark's.
Yeah,
so they've added another notch to their totals against the Spartans.
Yeah, Kempsky leads the way with 14, and Paul and Jack Brown add 12. Now, Paul Brown, he had himself quite a second half. He was held scoreless in the first half, Pat, and he comes out here and he knocks down half of his points from the free throw line. He was a perfect 6-6 from the foul line, and there's 3 baskets to go. They give him all 12 of his points in the second half. A very impressive performance in the second half by Brown. And his brother, Jack, he poured in 10 of his 12 points in the second half. So we talked about how they were going to try to assert themselves in the second half, and they surely did.
They did. The Brown brothers with a total of 24 points here against St. Mark's, and they had a total of 25 against Flint Hill. So the Brown brothers doing a good job there for the Sows of Salesianum. As Pat said, they moved to 7-4. Spartans now at 6-3. So it's going to be a tough season. They have tough games up. Both teams have very tough schedules. So it's anybody's guess who's going to make it into the tournament. But this was a good notch for the Sows tonight.
No doubt about it. You win a rivalry game. It just feels a little bit sweeter at the end of the day. Now, St. Mark's is going to go home. They're not going to be happy. Whenever you lose to Salesianum,
no, it's never a good. In fact, I'll admit it. I'm feeling a little down right now myself. I thought I was going to see a good Spartan victory tonight, and I didn't get to see that. But, hey, folks, the final score, you got to hand it to the Sows. They did a great job in the adversity of losing their big man, Tariq Ingram, putting it back together and putting together a really good victory tonight here as they take down St. Mark's 56-39. So I have been Pat O'Donnell, and I've been here with Pat Garantes.
Yeah, had a great time, Pat. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
And we've been here with 302 Sports, bringing you Delaware High School basketball. So we'll see you next time. Please, folks, go to the website 302 Sports. Check out everything that we have up there. There's high school basketball. There's